Welcome back, everyone. I know it's been a while, but I'm actually back. And it is good to be back, certainly. I can't believe how long it's taken me to figure out this YouTube thing for realsies. Because there was a while there where I was kind of like not really going all in and running around trying to figure things out, but now I now I'm here. Actually, it's cool. Today I wanted to talk about something I don't ever see people talk about, and it's challenges of content creation, but not just any. Usually people name the same things you hear again and again about, oh, it's hard being in the spotlight. It's hard having an audience and having, criticism and this and that. But a lot of the challenges that I've faced aren't really like that at all. They're very different, and I wanted to dive into that today. So let's get to it. So I will say that for me, there is an element of exposure therapy in content creation. I mean, you're performing in front of a huge audience, you're just throwing yourself out there, and you're letting everyone have the freedom to pick at you. But in my experience, my problem has never really been about whether people like me or not. I've never really cared about how people see me, Ryan, like as a person. There's simply no way that anyone can get to know me from one video. It's just not possible. So my issue has really just always been how to choose feedback. Like, how do I choose which feedback to listen to? If I make something and somebody says your video sucks, is it really intelligent for me to say like, oh, they're just being a hater? No. What? That's not that doesn't that doesn't seem smart to me because I'm looking at it through the lens of like, well, maybe it does suck. I don't know. Maybe there are things I could work on. Maybe there are ways that I could reach people in a more efficient way. So it's been very difficult because if I make a video and it gets mostly negative feedback or negative attention, right? Because maybe there's a difference between people giving criticism and people talking shit, right? If I do that and that's the result, how do I know what to do next, right? Because I'm not just going to do the exact same thing again, right? That would, why? Why not do better? Why not improve? This mentality of, you just gotta keep doing what you're doing. You just gotta repeat what you're doing. I don't really get it. If I stuck to that, I would be nowhere. Sure, there's a broader thing of like, okay, I've been on YouTube on and off, right? Like every time I kind of gave up on it, I returned to it. So it's like, yeah, I always stuck with the passion. I always kept on doing what I loved. But that doesn't mean that the way that I was doing YouTube before was good. Because, you know, the way that I was doing it a few years ago, I was, young and in high school. I mean, it was ridiculous. I would urge people to not do what I did in high school. Content creation is far more complicated than asking the question, do people like me or not? It doesn't matter whether people like you or not. Many people like me in real life. That doesn't mean that I'm doing well on here. Those things don't correlate. You being an awesome person in real life does not mean that you're going to do well on here, because this asks more of you than just being yay, good, thumbs up. You can't just have people agree with you. You can't just have people support you. You need to actually engage and provoke and actually poke bears. You need to actually poke bears and make people mad if you're going to get anywhere. If your goal is to move people, to move the world, to make movement, to make waves, it is absurd to assume that you would achieve that by pleasing everyone or by getting along with everyone. So, I have always been wary of my digital footprint, honestly. I mean, it's very easy for me to say something one day and then 2 months later completely disagree with that statement. Because unfortunately, I'm a human and I'm not this media trained AI. Take that logic and look at the fact that I have been online like this for years. I mean, it's crazy. I've deleted so many videos. It's not helpful to just be in fear of your digital footprint if you have conviction on your values and your beliefs. Hello, Amendment here from the future. So the reason why this feels like a reoccurring issue, like no matter what I do, is because my beliefs and values are always changing really quickly all the time. I mean, I try to have conviction. I try really hard to keep a rigid structure, but I learn so many new things every single day. And every time I do anything, say anything, or make anything, it always ends up feeling quickly outdated. And the thing is that this is just kind of what you sign up for if everything you say and do is uploaded to YouTube. It's kind of just part of the job. I mean, all I can really do is just accept my fate. It's like when you watch a TV show made 10 to 20 years ago and they'll say something and you're just like, oh shit. Like, okay. Like, I'm sure that was fine 10 years ago back when people knew less. This isn't quite the same thing, but it's similar. Like, let me give you an example, right? So, January 2025, I released my first single, my first official singer. My single, what did I say? I released my first official single called No Allowance. It actually had a decent lifetime of value. Like, I liked it for a long time, but once it turns a year old, I'll already feel like it's old. Like, really old. Like, really old. Really, really old. Right now, I already feel like, okay, like, this is an old song with old ideas, an old outlook on life. Like, oh my gosh, I was so young when I made that song. It was, less than a year ago. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of how it is. Something that I do that I probably shouldn't do is I predict issues that people will have with my songs or videos or whatever. Right? I predict, like, okay, I bet they'll have a problem with this or that. I do that because I want to keep track of things to improve upon for the next time I make something. But it's unhelpful when I'm over here stressing about all these songs and videos and I'm like, oh my god, like they're so outdated and weird and but nobody has actually complained about them. Not in a serious way. I mean, people disliked No Allowance, but I mean, nobody ever really gave a reason for why they disliked it. So, like I said before, it's kind of just up to me to not worry about these things until people give me a reason to worry about them. It's very important that people check each other anywhere because YouTube is a discussion. This is a discussion. I leave comments open because this is not one-sided, okay? You're part of this too. I have a confession to make. It's a big one, alright? Some content does better than other content. So that may not sound like a big deal right off the bat, but what that entails is that, think of it this way. If I were to go out into the street nude, running around, right? And I got a bunch of people to film me and post crazy things, false things about me, right? Each of them. That would probably get a lot of views. I imagine it would. I'd probably end up on the news, which would only increase the effect. Okay, so what does that mean? It, it means that I'm gonna have to do that every now and then. No, what I'm trying to say is that optimizing my content will, like, this is for certain, optimizing my content for views will inevitably cause the content to not have the full soul. There's a part of this process where the content gets refined. Like it's like you're never going to get the raw, real, unedited me. It's not likely going to happen. At the end of the day, no matter how authentic I try to be, a little bit of that has to be sacrificed for views and optimization. And that's just how it is right now. Yeah, I am here to have fun and I'm here to connect with people and learn from people and educate people. I'm also here to make money. Money. Yeah, I wish that I could just film myself ramble about my favorite things. And that would be so cool, but that's not the reality. That's not what's going on. And it's hard to face that truth. Or until now, it's been hard because I want to be real. I want to be authentic, honest, whatever. You know, all of the words that I've always used. I've, put this topic in a blender over and over again on TikTok. Yeah, that's just the reality. I mean, I finally accepted it now, as you can see, because I used to be like, oh, I don't want to look presentable. I don't want to have a nice background and have a nice mic and camera. I don't want to do that because I want to show people that I'm just some random guy. I don't want people to think that I'm I don't know, someone who's bored. And what I mean by that is that when I look at content creators in these giant houses and this super expensive equipment, and you see them with this perfect editing and they're talking about something and they're talking with that voice. That voice that's like that trained voice, that announcer voice, that kind of commentating voice. When I look at those, I feel this sense of like, oh my gosh, like I would adore you if you were more human than that. Like I bet you would be so cool if you weren't doing all of that.
Why do they like talk like this? They be like, "What's?" I mean, this is YouTube, bro. This is just YouTube, right? They be, "What's up, guys? It's your boy," and then they insert their name here, right? And then they just wow, like just extremely expressive.
I'd watch the fuck out of you if you just stopped trying so hard. But right now, me not trying hasn't been working out. Hasn't. Me kind of just laying. I know it fell. Me just kind of laying back and, I'm wearing my bathrobe and my room's a mess. That's not gonna work anymore. It's not. And I know that. And I've accepted that. I mean, it's okay. I wasn't doing that because I was lazy or I didn't want to put effort. I did it for all the reasons that I mentioned. But if there's ever going to be a time where that kind of content works, I don't think right now is the right time. I think it's not just another time, but maybe a whole nother style of content overall. I'm not sure. It's not for right now. Right now we're gonna get you're gonna get the polished Ryan and shiny and shit. So yeah. Um I wanna get a better camera. I wanna decorate this more. And yeah, I mean I've come a long way. I've come a long way. I think I'm just gonna ramble. The video's over. I'm just gonna ramble a bit while the credits roll. Just kidding. There are no credits. It's all me. Um, yeah. I mean, happy Friday, and thank you for taking the time to join us. But yeah. Next video will be about Dax. So keep a lookout. Keep a lookout for Dax video. Um, yeah. Oh, and the song. I have a song that I'm so, dude. I'm really close to finishing it. Okay, I swear. I swear. I swear on cheeseburger. Should I have said that? Oh my god. Well, okay. Yeah, no, but it's true. It is almost finished. What should I do? You know what I should do? I should do some kind of like shtick. I should have like a thing. Like, what's the word of the day? Something like that. Word of the day. Song of the day. Song recommendation of the day. I should do that. Okay. Um, Song recommendation of the day. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna find a playlist. No, here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go to my library. I'm gonna go to songs and I'm gonna just do shuffle. Let's see what comes up, alright? Alright. Today's song of the day is Kubrick Flow by Yeah Caleb. He's a underground rapper, like totally I don't know if it's fair to say he's completely unknown. I mean, I'm sure he has a little fan base, but like this dude's actually underground. But I do think that he has some of the best music that I've ever heard from an underground rapper. So, Kubrick Flow, go listen now. And now that I'm plugging him, I might as well plug me. Plug me. Okay.
Untitled document times the Roman 12 point. With small to Britain, unbridled Oculus division, Southpark market is sneaky conniving. Slithering into the world via kits struck and clothed where withering weapons are born. I'm wetting the storm following so the logic and glitter and hope. So bleed in my have that ain't hell deserves. Laugh, love, peace and trust. I feel the earth move one atom at a time as a pill bursts of dreams that deplants and back to life. The gravity pulls of the earth, you just can't tell it's a little measurement. To say it isn't there is bigger embarrassment. Strangers certainly